The hidden truth about dogs. What happens in a dog's brain? When you leave home, you pick up your keys, your dog notices, their ears shift, their eyes follow you, their body becomes still. You walk toward the door, and in that moment, something begins to change inside their brain. But what actually happens in a dog's mind when you leave home? Is it simple boredom, or something much deeper? Tonight we uncover the hidden emotional and neurological truth behind separation. In the quiet moments of our daily lives, a remarkable intelligence is at work. It's not an intelligence that solves equations or writes poetry, but one that is finely tuned to the rhythms of the world. Dogs are masters of pattern recognition, a skill honed over thousands of years of coevolution with humans. This ability to anticipate what comes next is a cornerstone of their survival, a way of navigating a world they can't fully comprehend in human terms. They don't understand clocks. The abstract concept of 9 in the morning or 5 in the evening is meaningless to them. Their perception of time is far more visceral, woven from a tapestry of sensory inputs and biological rhythms. It's a clock of hunger pangs, of the sun's shifting position in the sky, and most importantly, the predictable flow of your daily life. Because they don't track time, they track you. They understand routines with an astonishing precision. Every day, you perform a series of small, seemingly insignificant actions that, to your dog, are as clear as a written schedule. They are the silent observers of our habits, the students of our consistency. It begins subtly. The sound of the closet door opening at a specific time of day, the selection of your work shoes, not the soft slippers you wear around the house, then your jacket, not the fleece for a quick trip to the yard, but the one that always accompanies a long absence. The click of a briefcase latch, and the unmistakable sound of keys. That specific jingle is a powerful trigger, a piece of auditory data that their brain has cataloged with immense importance. Each of these is a link in a chain of prediction. Even the specific way you move when you're about to leave, that hurried pace, that focused energy, is a signal they've learned to decode. Long before the door closes, their brain has already connected the dots, run the simulation, and predicted what is coming. This isn't magic, it's a sophisticated form of associative learning. Deep inside the dog's brain, a small almond-shaped cluster of neurons known as the amygdala becomes active. This is the ancient, powerful center responsible for emotional processing. It's the brain's alarm system, constantly scanning the environment for threats and rewards. And in this moment, as the departure sequence unfolds, the amygdala detects a potential loss of safety. It doesn't rationalize or reason, it simply feels. It signals a coming state of vulnerability, the temporary disappearance of their most important resource. Because, to a dog, you are not just an owner. You are their entire world. You are security in a world of loud noises and strange smells. You are structure, the provider of meals, walks, and predictable comfort. You are their social anchor, the leader of their pack of two. Your presence regulates their emotional state, and when that anchor begins to move away, their nervous system responds. The amygdala's signal can trigger a cascade of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, preparing the body for a perceived crisis. This is the biological root of separation anxiety, a profound instinctual response to the impending absence of their person. Their heart rate may increase, their breathing may quicken. It is a physiological storm brewing beneath a calm exterior, all set in motion by the simple act of you picking up your keys. To truly understand the depth of the connection we share with our dogs, scientists often draw a powerful parallel: the bond between a parent and a child. It's a comparison that might sound sentimental, but it's rooted in decades of research into attachment theory. This isn't just about love or affection, it's a specific biological framework known as an attachment relationship. At its core, this type of bond provides a sense of safety and security. For a child, a parent is a secure base from which they can explore the world, knowing they have a safe harbor to return to. Studies show that our dogs view us in precisely the same way. We are their secure base. Their presence allows them to feel confident and at ease. This is why they often stay close, check in with a glance, or rest a head on our lap. They are anchoring themselves to their source of safety. Now, consider what happens when that secure base temporarily disappears. In human psychology, this is a well-studied scenario. When securely attached children are separated from their caregivers, they naturally show signs of mild distress. They might cry or call out. But this isn't a sign of a flawed bond, it's the sign of a healthy one. Crucially, Their distress is manageable because it's paired with an underlying trust, a deep-seated confidence that their caregiver will return. This predictable cycle of departure and reunion is what builds resilience and reinforces the security of the bond. And as you might have guessed, our dogs show remarkably similar patterns. The moment they recognize the cues of our departure, the jingle of keys, putting on a specific coat, picking up a bag, their internal state begins to shift. This is the attachment system activating. When you walk out the door, a cascade of physiological changes can occur. The most well-known of these is a rise in cortisol, often called the stress hormone. Cortisol is part of the body's natural alert system, preparing it for a potential challenge. It sharpens focus and mobilizes energy. In tandem with this, their heart rate may rise, quickening from a resting rhythm to a more alert tempo. Their breathing might become shallower. These are not conscious choices, they are involuntary responses orchestrated by the autonomic nervous system, the same system that governs our own fight-or-flight reactions. These internal changes manifest in a wide spectrum of external behaviors, which can vary dramatically from one dog to another. For some, the unease translates into movement. Pacing begins, a restless, repetitive walking back and forth, often tracing a path between the door and a window. Others might express their concern vocally, with soft whines or intermittent barks. Some become hypervigilant, stationing themselves by a window to watch for your return. And yet, for other dogs, the response is the polar opposite. A profound stillness. They may retreat to their bed or a quiet corner and enter a state of conservation, remaining silent and nearly motionless. This isn't necessarily relaxation, it can be a state of tense waiting, a low-energy way of enduring the separation. But here we arrive at the most important distinction of all. Not all stress is panic. A moderate level of concern when a primary attachment figure leaves is not only normal, it's a sign of a meaningful bond. It shows that your presence matters. The key is the intensity and duration of this stress. For securely bonded dogs, this stress response is moderate and, most importantly, temporary. After an initial period of alertness, they are able to self-soothe and settle. Their behavior demonstrates a quiet confidence in your return. They may wait near the door for a while, the place they last saw you, and expect you to reappear. They might seek out your scent, a powerful comfort object. This is why you may find them resting with your shoe, or curled up on a sweater you left on the couch. Inhaling your unique scent can have a calming, reassuring effect. Or, they may simply go to your usual spot on the sofa and rest, surrounding themselves with the familiar context of your relationship. These are all healthy, adaptive coping mechanisms, signs of a dog who misses you, but trusts you. Because scent to a dog is emotional memory. Your smell lowers stress, it signals safety, even in absence. For some dogs, the experience is far more intense. Separation anxiety is not misbehavior, it is a panic response. Brain scans suggest heightened activity in fear-related neural circuits. Cortisol spikes higher. Self-soothing behaviors disappear. Destructive chewing, barking, scratching doors. These are not revenge. They are attempts to cope. When alone, anxious dogs struggle to regulate emotions. Why? Because domesticated dogs evolved to live in constant social groups. Isolation is unnatural for them. In the wild, being alone meant danger. Even today, that ancient wiring remains. This is where emotion meets science. Studies show that when owners return home, dogs experience a surge of dopamine and oxytocin. Their brain's reward center activates intensely. The reunion is not neutral, it is deeply rewarding. Interestingly, research suggests that the longer the separation, the more enthusiastic the greeting. This indicates memory and time perception at an emotional level. Dogs may not count hours, but they feel duration through absence. And when you return, their brain registers relief. Safety restored, social bond intact. That joy you see, it is neurologically real. Here is the hidden truth. When you leave, your dog does not simply wait. Their brain shifts into monitoring mode. They listen more carefully. They react to outside noises. They track changes in environment. They may sleep, but their sleep is lighter. Because in their world, you are the central figure. Dogs evolved to synchronize with humans. Your schedule becomes theirs. Your energy influences theirs. Your presence regulates their nervous system. For our dogs, our presence is more than just companionship. It's a cornerstone of their world, a signal that all is well. We are their secure base, the anchor in their daily lives. And when that presence disappears, their biology notices. This isn't a sign of weakness or overdependence. It's a testament to a bond forged over millennia, a deep instinctual connection that defines their very nature. They are not weak, they are bonded. So what truly happens in a dog's brain when you leave home? The moment the door closes, a complex cascade of neurochemical reactions begins. For some, stress may rise. The adrenal system can release cortisol, the same hormone that prepares them for fight or flight. It's a primal response to being left alone, a state of heightened alert. Their highly attuned attachment systems activate, searching for the connection that has suddenly vanished. Ancient instincts, remnants of their pack-dwelling ancestors, awaken. In the wild, being alone meant vulnerability. That deep-seated instinct doesn't just disappear because they're in a safe modern home. Their brain is whispering a story of survival, urging them to stay vigilant until the pack is whole again. But this state of alert is not the whole story. For a well-adjusted dog, this initial anxiety is quickly tempered by something far more powerful: learned experience. They remember the pattern. They remember that you always come back. This is where the cognitive part of their brain takes over from the purely instinctual. They have developed a profound sense of object permanence, knowing you exist even when you're out of sight. But most importantly, they expect you to return. This expectation isn't just a vague hope. It's a deeply ingrained certainty, built upon a foundation of countless departures and arrivals. Trust is part of the bond. It's the invisible thread that connects you, stretching across distance and time, assuring them that the separation is only temporary. And then, the moment of reunion. The sound of the key in the lock is a trigger, instantly shifting their brain chemistry from waiting to celebrating. The cortisol that may have been present begins to dissipate, replaced by a flood of positive neurochemicals. Dopamine, the molecule of reward and pleasure, surges. Oxytocin, the love hormone, strengthens the feeling of connection and social bonding. And every time you walk back through that door, you reinforce something powerful: security, connection, love. This daily ritual is the bedrock of your relationship. Each return is a promise fulfilled, a confirmation that their trust was well placed. It's a cycle that transforms a simple house into a true home, a place of ultimate safety and belonging. This deep bond of trust and reunion is the foundation of our life with dogs, but it also leads us to interpret their behaviors through a human lens. We see their joy, their anxiety, and we think we see their guilt. That look, the lowered head, the averted eyes after they've chewed a shoe or made a mess. We've all seen it, we call it the guilty look. But is it truly guilt, or are we projecting our own complex emotions onto them? In the next episode, we explore another hidden truth. Can dogs actually feel guilt, or is that famous guilty look something else entirely? We'll dive into the science of canine emotions to uncover what's really happening behind those expressive eyes. Because what we believe about guilt may change how we understand our dogs forever.